everyone, I'm Crumbs and we're playing Colony Ship. We just finished a little quest there and got back to Carlos. And I see we have another mission to do here, so maybe we should do that before we leave. And it's this one, eviction notice. Deal with the scavs. Some scavengers have claimed one of the towers as their own. This will not do. So we're gonna help Carlos to do that. And let's head into the map. Let's head down to Camp Reed. And we've been in this area, and there is one tower left here with a door. So I guess it's that tower that we're gonna clear. Let's just see. Did we? I think we reloaded everyone. Yeah, this is pretty cool. 16 to 18. What does the other one do? Yeah, 21, 24. Let's have that. We have a couple of cells to recharge that, so I really want to try that one. Let's see how that looks. Well, maybe we don't need to use it now. Let's see. Private property, says the guard, raising his hand. No trespassing. Well, Carlos sent me. Step right in, says guard. The chief's been waiting for you. Okay, so how many? There's one. There's two. There's a frog. Three. Okay, there are at least 4 enemies, probably more. Morgan, a stocky man with a weathered face and shrewd eyes, is feeding 2 bullfrogs, throwing them chunks of odd-looking meat with delight. The big boy's name is Honk, says Morgan, acknowledging your presence and throwing one of the frogs another chunk of meat. The frog's tongue darts out, catching the treat in midair. This here is Tonk, he nods at the other frog. He's a mean bastard and would take your hand off in a heartbeat if you aren't careful. I didn't know these frogs could be tamed. You ever tried taming them? Inquires Morgan, raising an eyebrow. Well, that's true. Okay, Carlos wants you gone. Of course he does, smiles Morgan. The problem is, we don't want to leave. I think that's what they call irreconcilable differences. Is there any way to reconcile them? Sure, nods Morgan. Carlos and I go partners, 50-50. We'll provide, what you much it? Operational security. Carlos won't go for it. Let's give him a time, says Morgan, waving away your concerns. I'm sure he'll be more reasonable after the frogs eat a farmhand or 2. Well, last chance to leave, buddy. Streetwise success. You think you can take on 6 gunners and 10 frogs? Asks Morgan, with genuine curiosity. Now that I'd like to see. Something about the way he says it tells you he's lying. And if he's lying, it means he has a couple of gunners and 3-4 frogs at best. Well, I'd rather avoid bloodshed. I don't want to be eaten by the frogs. They're quite strong. Morgan laughs, amused. I too would want to avoid bloodshed if I had no chance in hell of winning. Well, we have some combat reputation, right? So this ain't my first time at the rodeo. Oh, it was a success. In half of what they say about you is true, I should be worried, says Morgan. But your gun is still holstered, so you're worried too, and for a good reason, I might add. Are you going to get to the point? We're leaving, says Morgan, but you owe me one, and someday I'll come to collect. Okay, so wait for them to leave. Okay, we got that without a fight. Do we have anything? We can open this door. Well, I guess there's nothing here, right? No. So what's... Okay, so we can go behind. But there is nothing there either. Okay. Let's head back to... Yeah, let's head up here and go in and talk to Carlos. Carlos gestures, inviting you to speak. The squatters left, so the tower is yours. We're in your debt, says Carlos, relieved. Here, take this. He gives you an old plasma cartridge. Its charge indicator glowing weakly. Enough juice for 4 shots, maybe 5 if you're lucky. Thanks. Okay, so we have a couple of other things to do. We have learned computers actually. So should we head back to the armory and see if we can move this? We have a box that is in the way. It can only be moved by a crane. And you needed 2 in computers to move it. So let's see if we can move it now since we have 2 in computers. Yeah, check the monitor. Most functions are still offline. See if you could move that big container over there. It's blocking your way. Boom. The crane comes to life, loudly screeching and protesting as it moves across the ceiling. It grabs the crate but drops it to the floor a few seconds later. No matter, now you get through. So let's have a look here. Yeah, it's gone. And extract implant. So what could this be? Motor cortex implant. Interesting. And I see that this is blinking, so let's see which one we can upgrade. It's Evans, and we can give him another feature. And I went through this because I was deciding to what to choose next. Sneaking is good. Pistol accuracy. Since he is a sharpshooter, right? I think I'm gonna do with the aim plus 10, penetration plus 10. I think that's good. And Jed, no, you can't upgrade. And it stopped blinking. So we had a few things in the basement as well, where we needed a computer too. So let's head down here. We opened that one. I think, did we open these? Or was it one that was locked? No, I think we cleared them all. Yeah. So let's see if we can use this computer. No, it's too complicated. So we need more of that. But then we had this. Use the control panel. A specialized computer with touchscreen and card reader. Use the... Oh, we can examine it first. Strange. Yeah, we already did that. So let's use the access card. Activate. 12-digit passcode. So that doesn't work. Let's see this one. Swipe the card. No, access denied. So we need a new card for that. But then we had this. Some sort of training program. Swipe the access card. Yeah, computers 2. Authorized training. Without the access card, it would have been impossible, but now that you're in, it doesn't take long to convince the system that Technical Officer Ulysses Colton requires extra training to become a more productive member of society. Select desired designation. Urban pacification, right control, infiltration, crisis intervention. Yeah, we don't know anything about it, so... Right, nah. Crisis intervention sounds interesting. Infiltration sounds good as well. What is crisis? What does that mean? Well, let's go for infiltration. You're given basic concealment training as well as impersonate and lockpicking. Proceed. Training token added to inventory. So now we have 2 training tokens. How do you use them? You put them in the belt bag. So if I remove that, can I... So does that mean that... Yeah, I don't really know how to use them. I need to Google a thing or two about that to see what we can do. Otherwise, we've gone through everything here. So let's head back to the pit and check off a couple of missions. We should return to Boone. We should pay McNeil visits, and we should return to Seek. Seek is just around here. I think Seek was the power station dude. So let's talk to him because we found this air purifier parts. Out for some air. Inquire Seek. So well, we can see. Where are you from, Seek? The habitat, where else? Block D4. The Brotherhood of Liberty. He raises a fist in a mocking salute. Why did you come here? Seemed like a good idea at the time. The pit was just a camp back then. A community rather than a town, if you know what I mean. A true brotherhood. I wonder if the Brotherhood of Liberty was also like that in the beginning, when it was just a bunch of people who had enough. What's the Brotherhood like now? It resembles the ship Authority more and more with every passing day. They tell you that you're free and expect you to be grateful, but they have a funny definition of freedom. A good citizen must contribute to society, only you don't decide how to contribute. Your local labor management committee does. To be fair, these committees try to do a good job placing people, but if you don't want a fucking committee telling you what to do, you better pack up and run while you still can. Okay, you mentioned power problems. The generator produces plenty of power, but the OS has a bunch of exotic safeguards. Every parameter and input is dictated by the big plan for the colony, so every time I try to make a change, the OS throws a fit. If we can manage to add more transformers to the grid, that holds us for the next little while. The bigger problem is heating and air. This cargo hold has never designed to house so many people or anyone at all, if it comes down to it. Portable air purifier to keep the air more or less breathable. We have that, right? Even if we wouldn't leave an earthborn grasping on the floor and complaining about the rights. But that's only a temporary solution. We need to fix the old purifier to set this up for good. Then there are the defense to worry about. The bigger the town gets, the more likely the habitat will come knocking again. So, anything I can do to help. If you could supply an oxidizer for the air purifier, that would take a load off my tortured mind. What the kind of thing I can pick up at the store? That's the kind of thing. Sorry, I was just ruminating. The tower over to Hydroponics must have one, or at least they did at some point. Best check there first. I found the oxidizer you need. Clean air, here we come. Thanks a lot, friend. I'll install it tonight. I hate to ask you for more help, but we really need a new force field emitter. What do you need it for? The Brotherhood will come back in just a matter of time. We have a crude force field generator, but without the new emitter, it won't last long. I'll keep an eye out. Okay, so that is done. Let's head to Boone. Boone is in Camptown in Boone's Moonshine. Hello, Boone. Welcome to Boone's Moonshine, says the bartender. What can I get you? Here's your allergy. Finally, Boone opens the case and inspects the merchandise. Beautiful. Now about your payment. Would you rather take 1,000 credits, or he makes a dramatic pause. Would you rather take this? He shows you a small security token. Well, we have some credits. We don't really need it, right? So what is it? It's an authorization token. I got it from one of Habitat goons. He said it's worth a lot of money. Boone whispers as if worried that the Habitat agents might hear him. What it does to authorities. Are you blind? It says right here, basic combat training. It's like going a 3-month boot camp on old Earth. Surely it's worth $1,000, no? Alright, I take the token. So do we have 3 now? Training. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we don't need them there. What was this? Was it the force field or something? No, pulse. Energy shield. Okay, we had this... we found this vest, right? But we sold that, I think. Because we had better protection. What's that? Oh, the motor correx. Yeah, we should definitely install that. But it's McNeil, and he was the one who was living in that one. In a container over here. How life-threatening, you Crumbs? Asked McNeil, grinning from ear to ear. Did you hear about that stuff we found 2 weeks ago? An anti-riot officer dressed to kill? He chuckles at his own joke. The gear is in mint condition, like it was issued yesterday. Lucky you. Luck has nothing to do with it, says McNeil, insulted. We were out there for almost 2 weeks, knee-deep in dried-up corpses. It must have been quite a fight. Armor burned, though. Implants fused to bones. One poor bastard's helmet melted around his head. Hell of a way to go, if you ask me. Do you still have that gear? Gear that good? We sold it before Sarah finished cutting out the implants. Top shelf stuff. Brother Solomon sent me. He wants his deacon back. Are you kidding me? That bastard must have heard we were flush with credits and have the fucking nerve to ask for his cut. Can you believe this shit? He wants his cut. He can earn it on the next run. So he comes with you. He's good as dead. The first timers don't last long. He doesn't want to cut. The church does. Yeah. Well, it sounds like he doesn't want to cut. The church does. Me, I didn't start this shit. The fucking weasel did when he tried to shake me down. So persuasion, we can't do that. But this one we can go with. Don't you think it was a little bit too easy? A deacon comes in, make outrageous demands, practically forcing you to do something stupid. What are you saying? asked McNeil, squinting at you. They're playing me? They had an excuse to roll in. The deacon plays a victim. His trigger-happy friends come to rescue and take over your operations in the process. You let the deacon go. They have no choice but to call it off. Fucking bastards, says McNeil, shaking his head. I'll let the deacon go, and if they still have a problem with me... Okay, so let's return to Brother Solomon. And let's see what he has to say. It's good to see you in God's house again, brother. I rescued your deacon. The Lord works through you, brother. This much is clear. The question is, will you dedicate yourself to his service? Nah, I think I've done enough for now. So let's head back there if we have cleared all the missions or all the other quests. So let's head in and install the cortex. Accept the waiver, and we have this motor cortex. So dexterity +1. Yeah, +1 combat reflexes street. Install motor cortex. Please be advised. Yeah, we did that last time. A steel needle pierces your spine and your whole body goes limp, hanging like a puppet from the restraints. Your consciousness lingers like a ghost, an outsider watching the machine saw into one of your vertebrae until at last you fall into blessed blackness. You wake an hour later from the ache in your spine. You try to wipe the sweat from your face, but instead of sluggish response you'd expect under the circumstances, your muscles contract like soldiers snapping to attention, and you almost hit yourself in the face. This may take a little getting used to, but you like what you see so far. Okay, so we now got +1 in dexterity. So what else do we have? Talk to Mercy, and she is in Camptown. So Mercy's fort. Is Mercy expecting you? asked the guard, taking a break from daydreaming. She will want to hear what I have to say. The guard hesitates for a moment, then steps aside. Go inside. Lord Mercy was her given name, though he wasn't a priest. Her father had called himself a man of scripture and never tried of reminding his only child of God's wrath. His vengeance, his uttering thirst for retribution, if that's what her name meant, Mercy did her best to live up to it. Your arrival interrupts a heated exchange between Mercy and two men wearing regulator patches. Mercy glances at you, then the regulators next to her, weighing her options. It's not too late then. So, whose side are you on? Think of joining the losing side for change? That is kinda treacherous bitch, kill them all. Now, whose side are you on, Mercy? Asking myself the same question, says Mercy. I was loyal to Jonas, but loyalty doesn't pay much these days, it seems. Maybe I'll cast my loot with Braxton and see what it gets me. So, you're smart enough to know what Braxton will promise. Cashing in those or sound like a great plan. There's only one letter. Once Braxton's done using you to kill Jonas, you're next on his list. So don't get making long-term plans. Yeah, we can do precision or streetwise. Yeah, you're smart enough to know that Braxton will promise you just about anything to get on his side. Cashing in those promises is going to be another matter. And why is that? Mercy asks, hiding concerns behind sarcasm. So the yellow ones, there's no idea. So let's go with this one if we don't want to fight. So Braxton tried to recruit me first. Ask them if you don't believe me. Not at the regulators. He wanted you dead. The regulators start protesting, but Mercy stopped them with a hand gesture. Wouldn't you say that? Say just about anything too? Just to get me back to Jonas, she asked. So, no, Jonas need you. Ask yourself this, if Braxton wins. Wouldn't you? But that doesn't mean I'm wrong, and you know it. Otherwise, you have to kill me on sight. You'd kill me on sight. Mercy sighs, giving up the dream. Tell Jonas he can count on me, says Mercy, as always. So, return to Jonas. Okay, so we can steal the key. We don't have enough stealing points there. We need another. We need 3 in stealing to get that, and we only have 2. So we need to do that. But we will head back to where is he? Here, to the Promised Land and Jonas, and then we talk to him. But we will do that in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.